speed, we're going for strength. Wait for it. We got ourselves 4 movements here. We're going to be working in drop sets in multiple rounds. So you're going to go ahead and do 2 rounds of each movement before you move to the next. We're going to go ahead and use the mini bands going. We're going to stabilize it in the legs. So we're going to position that band halfway down the shin. Here, y'all should be right underneath the knee, right above the ankle. You're going to hold that tension for each exercise. So we're going to start with a mid band upright row. Now, real quick before I get on that, drop sets. You see up there, you're going to go 8 heavy at 8 reps. That 8 reps should feel like the final one you can pull. If you get it done, you feel like you still got 3, 4, 5 more in the tank. Let's think about increasing it on the second round. You're then immediately going to move to a lighter set. That lighter set should be about 5 to 10 pounds lighter than your heavyweight, and it should be easily accessible. So make sure it's ready to go. We want to make sure we're minimizing any kind of recovery between the 2 sets. For the upright row, we're going to make sure shoulders are rolled back. You got that tension in the chest. You're going to go ahead and pull the weights up, keeping them close to the body, stopping right underneath the chest. Notice my elbows do not exceed the height of my shoulders. So my elbows are going to stop at the top of the chest, meaning the weights are going to stop right underneath, and I'm going to focus on that tempo on the release. Make sure they're back instead of forward so we're not shrugging into it. From there, after 2 rounds, we move to our deadlift. Make sure we've got the knees soft. We're going to push the hips back, bowing to the floor. 2 to 3 seconds down. We should be stopping at level with our mini band. You're then going to thrust through the hips to stand. Focus on tempo. No such thing as a fast deadlift, even when we move to that lighter set. From there, after 2 rounds, we have the low row. We're going to go ahead and narrow up our stance slightly. We're going to push the hips back, and we're going to find ourselves at the bottom of our deadlift. Arms underneath the chest. You're going to pull these weights up and back to your pockets to engage our lats as well as our mid-back. So again, it's pulling up and back to engage and stay away from that shoulder shrug. Make sure we're down to the floor at least 45 degrees. Finally, finish with our tap squat. We're going to go ahead and make sure we got the bench right in between the heels. You're going to go ahead and hold those weights at the chest. Hugging them in tight. We're going to push back through the hips, 2 to 3 seconds down, tap, and then explode to the top. It's all about being explosive to get off of the bench. That is your block. Should you guys need options, go ahead and flag me down once we get started and go on some treads and rowers, and then I'll be back with you. You guys are going to get started when you're ready. All right, treads, we're going to get ready to take off here in a moment. Let's get ready. 2-minute push at 3% incline. Rowers, your exercise after every row, alternating reverse lunge to rainbows. You're going to hold the medicine ball at one shoulder. We're going to step back at the bottom of the lunge. You're going to press up, full extension overhead, bring to the other shoulder, back forward, and then we take our next rep. And we take it to the other side, 10 total. After every row, 300 to begin. Count those strokes. Treads, 2-minute push, power walkers, 5% or greater, jogs runners, 3% in 3, 2, 1. 2-minute push, treads. Let's go, run the floor. Watch your stroke rate. That's that first number of white to the right of your name. 24 to 26 is a great window for our distances. It's not about getting it done as quick as you can. It's about getting it done with as much power as you can. Think about maximizing on every stroke. Great goal to shoot for again. Watch your meters. Try to see if you can score 10 to 20 meters per stroke. Make sure we're focusing on power and recovery. Go ahead, Paul. Good, nice. That's 1 minute down, friends. In 1 minute, we will be adding to our speed for that push to all out. We're bridging the gap. It's not quite a push, not quite an all out anymore. Joggers and runners, ideally, we're trying to add at least another 0.3 to 0.5 to our pace. Power walkers, you can keep it at a minimum of 5%, but we might want to try and take it higher. Well, they ever got to mention rowers, that reverse lunge is meant to be your active recovery. It's not about performance, it's about recovery. Take your time to catch your breath. Ready yourself for that next 300 meters. 15 seconds before we turn it up. Wait for it. Make sure you're doing 2 rounds of each movement before you move to the next one. It's 2 rounds of upright rows, 2 rounds of deadlift, 2 rounds of low rows, 2 rounds of squats. Let's go ahead and turn it up. It's 1 minute. Push it all out here. 3, 2, 1. Push it all out. Maintain that incline, John Gunners. There you go, good tempo on those rainbows here, Steve. So come on and fly with me as we make our great escape. In 30 second stretch, we're going to be taking it to your final effort in this run. 1 minute all out. This is our big focus. We're going to turn it up with whatever we got left to give, and then we're going to make sure we try to match or beat that with each following block. This all out sets the tone for the next 2. 15 seconds. Let's see it before we do it. Power walkers 10% or greater. Jumps runners flatten it out to 1%. All out in 3, 2, 1. 1 minute all out, Trent. You got 1 minute of recovery on the other end. Let's work for it. You got 30 seconds left on the clock, Trent. You got this. You get 3.5 minutes in. You got 30 seconds to get up. Rowers after your 2 rounds, we're dropping it down to 200 meters for the next 2. We're walking stretch in 3, 2, 1. Walk it down. You got yourself 1 minute to breathe out. Do the most you can with it, not a whole lot of time. So let's make sure we're maximizing our effort here. Big breaths in, big breaths out. Try to get that 2 to 3 seconds on the inhale, 2 to 3 seconds on the exhale. Rehydrate. Now here's the deal, y'all. We're not doing anything different for the next 2 blocks. Same exact effort. We're trying to see if we can maximize our all out. At the very least, we're trying to match it. We want to make sure we're trying to maintain the same pace as prior to it, however. So if you're thinking about doing more with the all out, but it requires you to do less of the efforts before it, then we're going to go ahead and consider just trying to match it. We don't want to do more if it means we got to do less before it. 15 seconds. Power walkers, go ahead and bring it on up. 5% or greater. Joggers and runners, 3%. 2 minute push in 3, 2, 1. 2 minute hill push stretch. Rowers keep watching that stroke rate. Want to keep it between 24 and 26. As the rows get lower, that doesn't mean that stroke rate gets higher. It means we should be driving harder to increase our walk. The harder you drive back, the slower we're coming forward and make up for that extra speed and power. Nothing about this walk should be speedy. A lot of reps, we should need a rest in between sets. You got 1 minute down, Chris. 1 more minute before we turn it up. Good power on the way back, Phil. Rowers, make sure as soon as that handle hits the chest, boom, arms are running forward. Good, the chest come forward slow, legs slow. We keep the body in motion. I used this analogy before. Think about a swimmer. You won't stop in the back of your stroke. You're going to sink. You got to keep your body in full motion. But you just slow it down on the return. Don't pause. Let's turn up the heat tread. Power walkers, 5% minimum. Keep it at 3%. Joggers and runners. Push to all out in 3, 2, 1. 1 minute push to all out. Bridge that gap. repetition, but if you can, we're going to try and see if we can beat it. Now, the wrong with see if we can't add another 0.1 to 0.3 to it. Now, that's going to push you out of control, but sometimes it's going to push you a little bit harder. I know we didn't wake up at 5 a.m. and take it easy today. Power walkers, 10% or greater. Let's turn it up, team. All out in 3, 2, 1. 1 minute, all out, friends. Hey, just a little extra, Lindsay. Nice. Looking good, friends. We're in that final 30. If you weren't able to turn it up in the first half, maybe turn it up in the back half. You got a little something to give. Let's give it. There you go. She gave it. Nice, Callie. Terrible time for the playlist to go ahead and try and cool down. We don't want that, do we, y'all? Keep it up. We got 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
I say, y'all having a good time out there.
Come on, final 10, Trent. You made this right. You got the other end. Recovery. 3, 2, 1. Walk it down, Trent. You got 1 minute to breathe it out. 5 minutes to go, rowers and wakeboard. Heads up, rowers. Your final minute will be spent on an all-out with the treads. Wakeboard, you only have to do your finisher for 30 seconds. You're going to be doing some seated torso rotations to finish up